Good afternoon and welcome to Berlin. Welcome to coverage of the 39th edition of the European Championships of Basketball. It is game day 3 here in the German capital, and today's opening game features the White Eagles of Serbia versus the Vikings of Iceland. This is Eurobasket 2015. Well, my name is Liam Canny. I'm joined in the commentary position, as always, by my partner, George Zidek. And George, it was a day off for the players yesterday.
Liam, it's great to be back for game day 3 here in Berlin. I thought that we saw phenomenal first 2 days of basketball, all very close games. And I think we got a lot more coming up today. That's my prediction.
There's a look at the slate of games on offer today. Serbia versus Iceland in the opener. It's the host Germany versus Turkey in the middle of the sandwich, and then Spain versus Italy in the nightcap. Stay with us throughout the day. Here's a look at the standings in Group B thus far. We're going to see a Serbia team, George, at the moment have not lost. They're a perfect 2-0. And an Iceland team that, although they're at the foot of the table, this is a good basketball team.
They have opened up a lot of eyes here, and I don't think there's anybody who will underestimate Iceland here in the arena or on the court, because Iceland just played 2 phenomenal games and they came inches close to being 2-0 at the moment.
You're absolutely right. They lost to Germany in their opener by 6 points. They lost to Italy in their last game by 7. The Icelandic fans, remember, George, they wouldn't leave the arena. 1,500 fans stayed and just showered affection over the Iceland team. You're looking at Ragnar Nathanielsson there, the tallest player for Iceland. George, you're right. Iceland are very, very close to getting an opening win in their European Championships. They're debutants here. What do they need to do today to try and secure that win?
Well, I think number one point that I wrote out, and it's a little bit negative there for Iceland, is what I just said. Nobody's going to underestimate them. Certainly not Serbia and coach Sasha Djordjevic. I think he has prepped his team to expect a very unpleasant game today from Iceland. Number 2, they have to find the same energy and attitude as they had in game 1 and game 2. Forget about very frustrating losses they had against Germany and Italy. They have to put it away, and they have to play the same game. Number 3, their three-point percentage is at the moment is at 31, and they live and die by a three-pointer. They say themselves this is the most important aspect of the game for them. So if they increase it up to, let's say, 40 or even 45%, we could have an upset in the making here.
Oh, we could have an upset for Iceland. They're making their first ever appearance at the European Championships, Eurobasket. There's their Canadian coach, Craig Peterson. They are presently ranked 88th in the world. Well, this is the team that Iceland, as you look at their fans, are trying to upset. Serbia, they are 3-time champions of this event, as Serbia-Montenegro in 95, 97, and 01. They won the silver in 09. And George, what does Serbia need to do to continue on their winning ways?
I think they have to expect and deal with the feisty, pestering defense of Iceland. The key would be to firm up and move the ball quickly. No frustration. Number 2, they have to set up quickly and look for mismatches, but not only for mismatches at position 4 and 5. They should also look at a post-up situation with 2 or 3 men, because they're going to have a size advantage. There's no doubt about it. Number 3, they have to control the tempo. I think this is most important. You don't want to get frustrated and start running with Iceland, because Iceland, they love to run. They get out on the fast break, and there's no problem to finish in 5th second on the fast break from a three-pointer. So I think just Serbia needs to control it, use their size, go with a possession, slow tempo of the game.
Well, we're going to pause here in the Berlin arena, stand on our feet and honor the national anthems of Serbia and Iceland.
The legend of Iceland.
Now we will hear the national anthem of Serbia. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
It is game day 3 here in Group B in Eurobasket 2015. Serbia commenced today's game with a perfect 2-0 record. They beat Spain 80-70 in their opening game, and then beat Germany 2 days ago just barely on the strength of a last-second shot by Nemanja Bjelica. 68-66. You can look at the combined officiating crew. As for Iceland, they come into today's game with an 0-2 record, still looking for that first win. If you're just joining us, welcome to Berlin. Welcome to the German capital, and welcome to Eurobasket 2015. George, I got a tough question for you here. Serbia are 2-0, but they had an emotional win at Spain as we get a look at an Iceland team that are trying to get their first upset. Can they, George, upset Serbia with an emotional win against Spain and then a very close win against Germany 2 days ago?
Well, I expect a dogfight. I mean, I don't think Iceland is in their mentality. They are the Vikings. Vikings, as you said before, that's their nickname, and I think they're going to be ready to fight regardless. Plus, all these great fans that they got here, I don't think they want to disappoint them. Here's the starting lineup here for the Icelanders with Stefansson, Wilhelmsson, Ermolinski, Paulsson, and Beringsson. Those are some tough basketball players, scrappy and tough as nails.
No doubt about that. Of course, Stefansson is quite a skillful player as well, is Jon Stefansson. He leads the team in scoring with 17 points per game. Here's a look at the Serbia team going through their warm-up. And George, who stands out here for you from the Serbia lineup?
Well, it has to be Nemanja Bjelica. In the first game, he was Serbia's bread and butter against Spain. In second game, he had a little bit tougher and slower game, but at the end of the day, he came through and he hit a game winner, so you have to point him out. It'll be interesting to see how Milos Teodosic, the emotional leader of the team, bounces back from a 0-for-9 shooting from beyond the arc. He is again in the starting lineup at the guard position. Stevan Markovic, a tough point guard, defensive-minded other guard, the off guard. Kalinic at 3, Bjelica at 4, and Kuzmic at the center spot. There's a slight shuffle there again at the center spot as Ognjen Kuzmic is going to get to start. He started game 1, then game 2 was started by Miroslav Radulica, but now it's back with Kuzmic to the starting lineup.
George, I got another tricky question here for you. There's such talent on Serbia bench. They've got Bogdanovic and Nedovic on the bench. Markovic and Kalinic start in front of those two perimeter players. Does that surprise you? You get a look here, George, sorry, before you answer that question. Nemanja Bjelica on the left and Halker Paulsson.
Oh, yeah, this is
right.
the matchup to look for. I just spoke about Bjelica at length. You got Halker Paulsson, who's an exciting 23-year-old player who can do it all almost. I mean, he is not afraid. He doesn't shy from bringing the ball up the court, even though he's a power forward. He will shoot the outside shot. He showed that last game when he was 4 for 8 beyond the arc and just lit it up. And then he is so good, if the defense is coming up on him, he can put it on the floor and finish it strong. I think that Iceland, again, has got nothing to lose. They will play a tough game. The only question is if they can put away those two very close and frustrating losses from their mind. That is not also easy. That's a young team.
You look there at the coach at the helm of Serbia. That is Sasha Djordjevic. You saw Coach Peterson, the Canadian-born coach of Iceland.
I got a tricky question for you. How
You
about?
haven't answered my last question yet, but go on. I'm ready for it.
Well, I'm a good diplomat. Always, if it's a really tough question, I just try to figure out how to get away from it. But how about Coach Djordjevic and his impact on the team?
Yeah, he's an unbelievable leader. You know him from your own playing days as a terrific player. Great motivator. And this is his team now, I would say, George. Of course, he had him in 2014. He has him again now here at Eurobasket 2015. He's really starting to impress his style on the team. Well, welcome to Berlin. Welcome to Germany's capital city. It is game day 3 here in Group B as Serbia square off against Iceland. A perfect 2-0 Serbia square off against an as-yet winless 0-2 Iceland. Serbia in the white, Iceland in the blue. Early touch inside to Kuzmic. George, does that surprise you?
That's a great patience and execution there by Serbia. A little bit easier entry pass there that Iceland didn't allow in the games before.
Well, Iceland like to collapse on post players when they catch the ball. Here's Vilhelmsson, gets in the lane, rises over Teodosic, couldn't convert. Last touch by an Iceland player.
But look at Beringsson at 2 meters and 1. He's the heart and the soul of this team. I mean, he just epitomizes what the Icelandic basketball is all about. Just fight till the last breath.
Good fight, good hustle from Beringsson there. Just couldn't get a hold of it. Serbia come back. Teodosic lets fly. Got it! Teodosic, and that's a good sign for Serbia fans.
And you see a lot of focus on the faces of Serbian players. They don't want to have a tough game, unpleasant game against Iceland. On first 2 possessions was great execution.
Stephenson with a quick 3, and that's part of Iceland's game. They get shots up early and get shots up often.
But I think they just need to start crashing the offensive board as we saw them before in the first 2 games.
Kalinic, little touch pass to Kuzmic. Oh, you can see Ermolinski almost blocked that from behind. And George, the Iceland players, when the ball goes inside, they just don't give up.
They don't give up, but you saw a great preparation there by Team Serbia. Good scouting because immediate flash by Nemanja Bjelica to the free throw line when Kuzmic was fronted, and he just drops the lob pass down to the block. Too close to the basket. He had to be fouled to be stopped.
A little high-low action from Kalinic to Kuzmic.
And this is what I was talking about. This is the respect that all the teams got to have after the first 2 outings here for Team Iceland. I think Serbia really did prepare in detail for Iceland.
Ognjen Kuzmic makes both free throws. And right now, Iceland, no points on the board just yet. Stephenson, Vilhelmsson in the corner, in and out. Back come the Serbs. Markovic leads the charge, lost it. Now, can Ermolinski turn this into points? Oh, what a block! Oh, it's Nikola Kalinic with the block. He didn't give up on it. And we'll see if we can see this again. Kalinic times it perfectly. Ermolinski is going to basket, and Kalinic says, you got to go stronger to the 10, Pavel.
And who else would you expect from Team Serbia to do this play than Nikola Kalinic? I mean, he is a player that will not give up on anything, offensively or defensively.
And that comes back to the question I asked you earlier, George. Here's a shot here from Stephenson. He knocks it down. You know, Markovic and Kalinic, not necessarily the most talented players on the Serbian bench, but they get the start.
Because of their attitude. I mean, you need players like that also on your team. This was a really important 3-pointer by Jon Stefansson, because he is shooting only 11% at the moment. So if he picks it up, then Iceland becomes even better.
Yeah, he really is the talisman of the Iceland team. It was Teodosic on the miss for Serbia.
Just go back to Stefansson, I'm sorry, just to finish it up. He does average 17 points per game for Iceland, but he is struggling from 3-point line.
There is Jon Stephenson. And now inside to Vilhelmsson in the low post against Teodosic. Backs it out. Good defense as the Serbs get in passing lanes. Beringsson now, he's going to try and back down Teodosic. Spins and lost it. Good defense by the guard. Teodosic in a low post position.
Yeah, but Teodosic is a pretty big guard. And I think that the Icelandic players are just smaller, so I don't think that Serbia just needs to be worried if a mismatch or a switch like that by Teodosic happens.
There's Kuzmic, little handoff to Teodosic, and he is fouled by Stephenson.
That's one thing also about Stefansson. He's been troubled by some early foul trouble. If you remember game 1 against Germany, he picked up in first quarter early on. I think after 6 or 7 minutes, he had already 2 personal fouls.
Again inside to Kuzmic. Cross-court pass to Kalinic. He'll let fly. It's a good-looking shot. He drops it.
That's a great read because he had to shoot it. If they want to keep Icelandic defense honest, the outside shooters, when the ball goes in, it's doubled. They have to shoot the shots. Otherwise, Iceland's going to double all day long.
Mid-range jumper from Pavel Ermolinski off the mark. Teodosic fans out for Serbia. Oh, great vision by Teodosic with the assist to Bjelica.
And you saw a lot of patience there on Team Serbia. They didn't look immediately for the fast break.
And coming right back for Iceland, Wilhelmsson. They don't stand on ceremony, the Iceland players. They come right back at you.
That's what we said. I mean, they have no problem to finish fast break with a 3-pointer after 5 seconds. So you better be careful with your transition defense if you're Serbia.
Another touch inside to Kuzmic. Another skip to Teodosic. This time Teodosic kicks. Good spacing by the Serbs. That shot up the mark. And Iceland come up with a rebound.
Well, that's what you need. Serbia is doing a really good job of moving the ball, going inside and then outside.
Bjelica hands off to Stephenson. Stephenson on the right-handed dribble drive. Drops it inside to Bjelica. He's going to try and elevate. Off the window, no good. And Teodosic with his second rebound today.
That was a tough shot for Bjelica because he had a bit of a trouble to handle the pass. And then he was just surrounded by a lot taller players.
Kalinic's shot off the mark. Paulson with the rebound. Iceland run their lanes. Bjelica stripped, and it's a foul on Teodosic. But George, it's a 3-on-1 for Iceland. They get out in their lanes and transition really quick.
No, but it was really important. You saw Paulson. Paulson is a power forward, but he has no problem to bring the ball up. That's the big advantage that Iceland's got. Any player almost. I think also Bjelica is going to bring the ball up if he catches the long rebound. Immediately they look to run.
Nemanja Nedovic checks in for Serbia.
But they spoke about it many times before the tournament. They said, we don't have the size, we don't have players 2 meters 10 who are heavy. We cannot go to a possession for possession post-up half-court set. We just have to look for anything we can get easy.
They're fun to watch when they're in good flow. They run, they get the three-point shots up quick. They really are an entertaining unit to watch. Markovic rides the high pick of Kuzmic. Inserts post pass to Bjelica, who skips it over to Kalinic. Kalinic is feeling it. He's 2 for 2 from behind the rainbow.
Absolutely, and he didn't think about it twice. I mean, immediately after he caught the pass, he was going up. That's a good sign there for Team Serbia and Coach Sasha Djordjevic.
Little bounce pass backdoor by Stephenson. Didn't really catch the pass and left the shot short.
That's a huge bonus if Kalinic can get his confidence and his outside shot going today. He will be really needed there for the rest of the tournament. Look at that right there.
End-line ball for Iceland with 14 on the shot clock. Inside-out play with Wilhelmsson. Oh, slips a bounce pass intended for Bjelica. The length of Bjelica breaks it up. Wilhelmsson shot off the rim, and Kuzmic with the boards for Serbia.
Kuzmic does a good job of cleaning up the boards. He's a really strong player.
Nedovic turns the corner, kicks, gets it back, and he'll let fly. That's no good. Ermolinski, he's got it, and everybody runs their lanes. No outlet pass.
And that's the biggest difference with Iceland. The player who gets the rebound, he just starts dribbling and bring it up, and everybody runs. That's a huge advantage, and something that the other teams just don't do.
There's the foul by Markovic to stop the transition game. Stephenson is going to check out for Iceland, and Markovic there checks out for Serbia. Kuzmic will get a break. In comes Radulica and Simonovic. Bjelica's shot, no good. Bogdanovic in for Serbia.
I think we're going to see a lot of substitutions on both sides. Don't forget, this is game 3 in 4 days.
Radulica draws a crowd, tries to shovel a pass to Simonovic, which goes out of bounds.
And this is what you saw right there. There was a defensive scramble there by Team Iceland. I mean, the players are just everywhere. And I said, this is one thing that Serbia just got to expect. You see, this is the pass out, but Simonovic's got to be ready with his hands, and he's going to have to expect immediate contact after receiving the ball.
Sigurdsson and Gunnarsson in for Iceland. Right now, Serbia have got Iceland double up, 14-7. Gunnarsson with the mismatch on Radulica. Paulsen rises, and that's off the mark. Right now, Iceland struggling from the perimeter. Nedovic to the Jets. His pass is deflected, trying to get it to Kalinic, which is a good idea considering Kalinic has knocked down 2 threes.
It's a good option, but what I said before, I think that Serbia just wants to be patient. They just want to make sure that everybody is at the right spot. Don't get into the fast-paced tempo of Iceland.
Radulica showing some mobility. Good move from Radulica and one. Well, George, that's a move you'd be proud of.
And there was no help side this time. I thought that the Icelandic players were surprised actually that Miroslav Radulica took it immediately from right here. He was looking for a pass, but there was nobody open from his teammates, so he takes it in aggressively. This is what you have to do. Don't wait for Team Iceland to react defensively. If you got an angle, just take your advantage because Radulica is huge comparing to Byrington.
Foul on cleaner by Ringsson. Here's Radulica who toes the line. Misses the free throw. Radulica heading to Panathinaikos next year. We play in the capital city of Greece. We are here in the capital city of Germany. And the Iceland fans behind us getting behind their team. As many as 1,500 of them here have graced this tournament. That shot off the mark by Ringsson with the tip. What a hard-nosed bucket by the captain.
And this is Byrington at his best. We spoke to the fans and they said he is 2 meters 1 tall, but he plays like he is 215 with a big heart.
Right there, he had a big elevation to get the tip now. Paulsen with the steal. Paulsen. Oh, he can't convert, but good defense by Iceland.
They speak about Paulsen as the future of Icelandic basketball. Look at it right here. He plays tough defense, gets the deflection, and immediately he attacks an open court, 1-on-1 against Milosavljevic.
There's Coach Djordjevic at the helm of the Serbia team.
And this is what we said before. If you're a player on Team Serbia and you facing up against the defender of Iceland, you just really need to be strong with the ball. You can expect they're gonna dig in, they're gonna claw at the ball, they're gonna slap your arms, but this is what they do.
Byrington makes 1 of 2. That's a great expression, George. You know, strong with the basketball in your hands.
Because you can expect just a lot of contact anytime.
Iceland just switch on the high screen, switch again. They're switching all screens, George, which is easy for them to do, really. Milosavljevic. Again, great defense by Paulsen. Nedovic. Simonovic, look at the scrambling defense of Iceland. And they force a 24-second shot clock violation. Great defense, Team Iceland.
And they are fired up. I mean, the fans, the players of Iceland. And I think, if you ask me, I think that things have changed after Teodosic went to bench. I think that he will be reinserted into the lineup pretty soon.
We've seen this before when Bogdanovic and Nedovic play together. Just a lack of leadership on the floor for the Serbs. Paulsen's mid-range jumps are off the window. Good. Oh, the bank is open here in Berlin.
Look at that. I mean, did he call that one? That was a great shot. I think he got lucky on that one, but I think he will take anything.
Iceland will take whatever they can get, and they earn everything they get. There's the switch on the screen. Radulica with a mismatch inside. Simonovic trying to find him. Look at that. 3 players around Radulica. Nedovic lets fly with a 3, no good. And a rebound. Well, don't put the ball on the floor, you're going to lose it. Well, I think Milosavljevic is a bit lucky here, George. I don't think this is a foul. Neither do the Iceland fans. You can see in your screen there.
But I think credit is to Coach Djordjevic, because last possession he was complaining that Milosavljevic got fouled, and now the referees called it right here. The reach in. It was by Gunnarsson.
There's the foul on Gunnarsson.
Logi Gunnarsson. Now he's going to have to defend in the post.
Nedovic took a long look at a 3 and he got it.
He was just too wide open. We saw him against Spain just knocking down 2 3-pointers, so he's a good shooter. You have to respect his shot.
Byrington exchanges with Ermolinski. Ermolinski got a shooter in the corner. It's Sigurdsson. His shot no good. Bogdanovic claims the board.
There was nobody there on the offensive boards for Iceland this time.
Zoran Erceg in for Serbia. And have we got a 3-second call here?
Oh, Miroslav Radulica, he just pitched his tent and stayed there for the longest in the paint.
So 3-second call against Radulica.
I mean, he needs to be aggressive with the post-up, but he has to be careful that he doesn't stay there for too long.
He was opening up a kebab shop. There's plenty of those around here, George, as we know. Little swing move by Sigurdsson along the baseline. He draws a foul. So Iceland, as we've seen throughout this tournament, George, they're just hanging in.
You saw the recognition right there. Nedovic was recovering to his defensive position, and immediately the player, it's Sigurdsson, he reads it and attacks it. I mean, they are not thinking twice about it. A great read.
Jakob Sigurdsson plays his basketball for the Boris Basket Club in Sweden. He makes both free throws, and that's what you got to do when you're trying to get an upset. Make your free throws, play good defense, and ride your luck. Bogdanovic to Nedovic. Nedovic with a little show and go. He goes down Main Street and lays it up and in. Too easy if you're Team Iceland.
And that was great read by Nedovic. He's a super athlete, so after defense came up on him, he took an easy drive to the basket.
Stephenson, his shot won't drop. Erceg with the rebound. Back come Team Serbia. Into Radulica. He draws a double team, trying to find a pass. And look at the tenacity of the Iceland defense. Kick to the corner. Gunnarsson lets fly. No good. And that is what Team Iceland are all about.
And this was the typical Icelandic offense right here. Just penetrate and kick. Penetrate and kick. That was an open shot there by Sigurdsson.
Last few ticks here of the first quarter of play in game 1 on game day 3 here in Berlin. Serbia trying to extend their 7-point lead. A steal by Ringson to Stephenson. He's going to spot up. You knew, oh, he's going to move it on one more. I thought he was going to shoot it, George, and he moved it on one more pass.
Too, but that was a great composure because Byringson was all of a sudden open and great look there. Look at him one more. Oh, he's over. I mean, he almost faked me up on the replay.
Wait, he had me. I was calling the fact he was going to pull the trigger.
Even Sasha Djordjevic was thinking that he was shooting it.
Well, Byringson earns a trip to the line. The foul on Milosavljevic. He's had a tough couple of minutes as Dragan Milosavljevic.
But that's why maybe Jon Stefansson is the athlete of the year in Iceland. Rightfully so.
There's Jon Stefansson right there, number 9. He spoke in the press conference 2 days ago about what it means to be here and the support that the Iceland fans are giving him. He mentioned in the press conference he's been playing basketball, George, at the top level in Europe, and he's really proud now that his teammates from Iceland get a taste of what it's like. Byringson makes both free throws, 4 seconds left. And we've got substitutions coming in here.
And I'll tell you what, they are not playing like a team that is first time in their history in Eurobasket. I'll tell you that much. If they get some big players, okay, like Nathanielson, or there's another 16-year-old that I was told by the coaches.
Erceg, let's play! He got it! Oh, Erceg with the buzzer beater! Oh my goodness! Well, let's take a look at the replay here. Pass to Erceg, he lets it fly. Go cup, nothing but net.
And that's Zoran Erceg for you.
Here's a look at your score. It's Serbia 24, Iceland 16. End of the first quarter here in Eurobasket 2015.
Looking at the stats here, Iceland again struggling beyond the arc. It's only 1 for 8. It will be really helpful for them to start the outside shot going. Serbia holding dominance there on the board. This is what they need to do. They allowed only 3 offensive rebounds to Iceland. This is better than what the other teams accomplished so far against Iceland. So they are being protective of the glass so far.
Look at Iceland, George, just 1 turnover.
And this is how they play. They take care of the ball. There's 6 turnovers there for Serbia, so I think that's what Coach Djordjevic is a little bit upset about. They just have to take care of the ball. This is what we said before. This is the #1 key if you're playing against scrappy Iceland. Not an easy way there for Iceland to finish the first quarter. That's always a big downer if you get a three-pointer, buzzer beater scored on you. But I think they're gonna bounce back. Just to finish up on that thought that I said before, if they get some big bodies like Nathanielson playing, he's 2 meters 18. He hasn't seen much of playing time of action at all. But he's a big project they're working on. He's only 22 years old. I was told there's another 16-year-old who's 2 meters and 13.
Yeah,
but if this team gets inside players, I mean, Iceland is gonna be a tough team.
Just reviewing the play, and surely Ertzeg got it off. You can see the green light there on the scoreboard clock just above the basket. Something to think about too, George, is, you know, teams will generally naturalize one American. This Iceland team are all Iceland born. Maybe something that they look forward to is to try to naturalize a post player, an American, to give them just a little bit of steal or size and skill inside. Paulson. Pavel Ermolinski, that shot just rims out. And Paulson commits the foul. Iceland with the first possession here in the second quarter. Iceland come out with Steinarsson, Paulson, Sigurdsson, Ermolinski, and Gunnarsson. It's a small lineup here, even by Iceland standards, on the floor right now. Nedovic across the midcourt stripe for Serbia. Bogdanovic in the low post. He'll give it to Milosavljevic, and he's smooth as you like, knocks down that three.
This is what they did before well, Serbia. They just go from the strong side to the weak side, and the weak side shooter lights it up. Good ball movement again by Serbia.
Gunnarsson going to try and attack Raduljica. Now he'll rise and let the three go, and that's good. Oh, Raduljica's annoyed about that one.
I cannot believe that Gunnarsson got it off against the big fella. I mean, there's a good 30 centimeters difference between the players.
Good shot by Gunnarsson, unbelievable.
That's what you call gutsy. I mean, you just size it up against big fellas. Say, hey, I got a mismatch here.
Now, speaking of mismatch, Ermolinski dispossesses Raduljica, but it went out of bounds off of Sigurdsson again. Iceland just not getting that rub of the green yet.
And this is what I was talking about before. When Raduljica caught it and he went immediately to his move, he finished it. This is the three-pointer right there that we saw, that we spoke about just a possession before. But if Raduljica waits too long, it is difficult to play against Iceland if they set up defensively.
Again into the low post. Raduljica, a little show and go. And he was stripped. Well, great defense again by Iceland. Raduljica is pleading his case. Pavel Ermolinski to pass just off the mark. Good defense by Nedovic. Well, good defense by both teams there, George.
But how about Raduljica? I thought it was a great move. He faked his defender out, went for a strong drive, but the ball was just slipped out of his hands. But pretty strong move by Raduljica. I like that because he just didn't hesitate.
You know what it's like, man. You put the ball on the floor and the Piranhas get a chance to nibble at it.
I tell you what. Look at Steinarsson. He's 1.82 m, but he's all over the place. Look how he's pressuring the ball.
Gets called for the foul. He'll take that, though. Just letting Nedovic know he's here. Eyeball to eyeball, or metaphorically at least.
I mean, he just exerts so much energy. Not easy to play make against him, that's for sure.
Steinarsson, look at the determination with which he guards Nedovic. Pass intended for Bogdanovic. Who touched it last? Bogdanovic touched it last. George, I saw him with his shirt off getting ready. He's wearing a brace. He's suffering from some back pain.
And that's what he said the first day. Actually, even in practice, he complained of some back spasms. So maybe he's battling a little bit of discomfort there with his back.
Paulson going at Milosavljevic. Ermolinski kicks. Steinarsson lets fly. I think that was partially deflected by Nedovic on the closeout. And last touch by Iceland.
I thought it was really difficult for Steinarsson to get his shot off because, as I said before, he's only 1.82 m, and not easy when you got a tall player coming at you with his hands up to get a shot off.
Speaking of tall players, Raduljica will check out for Serbia.
That means that Serbia is making an adjustment, that they are going with a small and more mobile lineup with Bjelica at 4 and Ertzeg at number 5 at the center position.
Markovic and Teodosic come in as well. Ertzeg, top of the key. Markovic surveys the floor looking for a pass. There's a touch pass to Ertzeg, and he is stripped. Now inside. And it's just tremendous defense, George, by Iceland.
I tell you what, if you bring the ball down, as you like to call it, to the piranhas, I mean, it's anybody's ball.
And you can see Coach Djordjevic is annoyed right here. He's remonstrating with his team.
You just cannot bring the ball down.
Byringson picks up the loose ball for Iceland. Hermansen on the floor now for the Vikings of Iceland. Stephenson, extra pass to Paulson. Oh, great passing by Iceland. Three's off the mark. Good closeout by Teodosic.
Yeah, Teodosic didn't give up on that shot and contested a three-pointer by Sigurdarson pretty well.
There's Teodosic, stop and pop. The foul is before the shot.
But I tell you what, if you look at Serbia, they are just really hustling there defensively. I think this is all about respect that Iceland has earned at this Eurobasket. Because, I mean, let's go back to the first game when they were facing Germany. If you're Germany, what would you expect? I mean, nobody has almost ever seen Iceland to play against a Eurobasket team.
Yeah, not much video to watch, and the Icelandic players played so well in that environment. The pass intended for Milosavljevic, and he's having a nightmare, George, isn't he? He really struggling to find any type of rhythm. Iceland lost the opening game to Germany 71-65. They had 2 possessions down to death to tie it up, as you remember. And that was in front of 12,000 fans. Talk about welcome to the party.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking at the number of turnovers that Serbia's got, and I think it's going to be a high number. It's 10 already.
10 turnovers as we see a mid-range jumper. Smooth up and good.
Oh, that's a clinic right there, just using the pick and roll, not rushing anything. It was Sigurdarson
with the basket, exactly right. Just talk a second, George, about turnovers. What's an operative number? What's a target teams want to try and be under?
I think that a good game is 15, and Serbia is getting close to that already in the second quarter.
Kuzmic, good passing to Teodosic in the corner. Good spacing by the Serbs. And Markovic ghosts in and lays it up and in.
And this is how you can hurt Iceland. If you're a guard, just go for the rebound. Because there's a lot of scrambles there defensively. So if you're a guard, you might find yourself without being boxed out.
Now great defense by Milosavljevic. He's just trying to make a contribution. He got in the passing lane, dove. There's a great effort by Dragan Milosavljevic. Do you disagree with that call, George?
That's a tough one right there. I thought that Byringson was not his last touch.
Can Serbia make him pay? No. Hermansen with the rebound. Hermansen in the open court. Stephenson wants it. Extra pass to the corner. Sigurdsson. No good. But Hermansen comes up with a rebound. Byringson. Got to go at Kuzmic. Tries to slip a backdoor pass. Kalinic read it. Good steal by Kalinic.
That would have been a difficult pass. There was a lot of traffic. That's a ball carry right there by Bjelica. I thought he was looking at one of his teammates. All of a sudden, the teammate was not open anymore. Bjelica was trying to recover, but
it ends up as a turnover, doesn't it? We'll take a break here in the action. Teams will go to the benches. Our first timeout. It's Iceland versus Serbia in Eurobasket 2015.
it is absolutely a no-brainer to consider Teodosic not instrumental to his team, but I'll tell you what, he's 0 for 11 in last 2 games from 3, so he is really looking to find his mark from three-point range.
You look at the three-point shooting percentage. George, I think I asked you this question a little bit in our opening comments. Didn't get a chance to explore it, but, you know, are Serbia ripe for an upset? So they beat Spain in the opening game. Spain have been the giants of European basketball this decade. Then they beat Germany yesterday at the last seconds by 2 in front of a capacity crowd. Is this potentially a banana peel game for them?
I think they are so focused. I've been around their locker room, around the team, at the press conferences, and I think that these guys are focused to really go far in the tournament. Because if you go back to the preparation, Coach Djordjevic on Serbian TV, when they asked him what would be satisfactory result, he said, simple answer, gold. Nothing else. He didn't add anything else.
And that will be quite a proposition here. Remember, we go from here to Lille. Everyone expects that France will get through their group. They're in Montpellier right now, and they'll have that home court advantage in Lille.
That's a great pronunciation.
Yeah, I'm working. I'm so privileged to work next to you. You're multilingual. I'm learning so much from you.
Well, but my lessons in Icelandic just didn't work out with you today. I was actually trying to teach you the very important name of the volcano that stopped the air traffic over Europe. Eyja Fjallajökull. You couldn't say that.
That is very impressive.
No, but I tried many times and you just couldn't get it.
No, I'm not even going to try. I'm still working on Bielica. How was that?
Pretty good. It's getting there.
It's getting close.
I'll give you last try right here. Eyja Fjallajökull.
I'm going to pass on that one.
Okay.
That's the volcano that, of course, the ash cloud which upset air traffic all over Europe. Iceland renowned for the natural splendor of the country, and right now it's the splendid basketball team that is winning people's hearts. Wilhelmsson to Stephenson. Stephenson trying to get it going offensively, spins. Spots up in the corner. Now he's got a little mismatch. Look at the hustle by Ringson, keeps it alive. Shot clock running down. The Iceland fans behind him shout. Got it off, struck the rim. But back comes Serbia. Teodosic thought about it, gives it to the trailer.
Oh, what a monster jam there by Kuzmic. What a finish and a smart play by Teodosic. He was thinking about another three, but then saw Kuzmic coming down the lane and just gave it to him for a monster tomahawk dunk.
Gave it to the trailer.
Reward the big fella for running the floor.
Absolutely, you got to reward those big guys, man. They move those size 16 shoes up and down the floor. They're like a dog, man. Throw them a bone.
Because next time he'll be like, nah, they won't give you the pass. I'm not running.
You're speaking from experience, are you? Wilhelmsson in the low post. That shot won't fall. Look at the hustle. Off the window, what a great play!
Unbelievable, you just gotta love that. Immediately back at Serbia after getting the offensive rebound. Gunnarsson
with the basket. Good passing, good spacing by Serbia as they try to unlock this defense. Little shot inside by Teodosic.
That was a great ball movement, penetration, and patience by Serbia. That was just book perfect execution.
Wilhelmsson trying to break down Markovic. To the rim, good finish.
What a strong finish there by Wilhelmsson. I mean, the Icelandic players are just absolutely not concerned about the big bodies of Serbia. They attack.
Stephenson deflects it. Williamson tries to keep it alive. Now Stephenson comes up with it. If there's any young players out there watching this game, talk about spirit, endeavor, and hard-nosed defense.
What do you say about Björnsson? He's the team captain. And look at that right here. I mean, I thought he had no chance. He takes a beating on taking that ball. And he is just strong and dedicated.
There's a strong and dedicated player there in Collin. He's as hard-nosed as they come.
Just going back to Björnsson, I remember after the last game, he just kneeled down at half court and it was really emotional. All the Italian players came up to him and patted him on his back out of respect.
Iceland lost to Italy 71-64 in game 2. They're trying to get a win here. Kuzmic with a steal. We've seen this before from Kuzmic. 3-on-1, Markovic, Kuzmic, hello! Oh, what a break by the Serbs.
3-on-1, great execution. And sharing the ball. This is team basketball at its best. I'm telling you, these guys like to play with each other.
A little showtime Serbian style. Stephenson over Teodosic, no good. Wilhelmsson with the rebound over Bielica. Paulson shot, no good.
I'll tell you what, the Icelanders are not wasting any time after they get the offensive rebound.
Paulson tried to steal it. Shot the passing and didn't get it. Here's Kalinic in the low post. Again, the double team. And George, maybe just talk about this because you've gotten passes in the low post where you get a double team.
Yeah, but they make him the big man or the post-up player to turn to the baseline. And then the double team comes. They are not coming from the middle, so this is really difficult because you turn to the double team. And then you have to keep your balance, look for your teammate, and if they don't show up, you're in trouble. That's the most unpleasant double team you can get from the baseline after they turn you to the baseline.
Speaking of showing up, the Icelandic players have shown up, and that young man right there has shown up. It's Gunnarsson with a three from the corner. Coach Sasha Djordjevic has seen it up. He wants a timeout. And right now, Serbia are in a ball game.
I'm watching Coach Djordjevic, and he is just shaking his head. This was the last shot that we saw at three-pointer there by Gunnarsson. I think it's just about sitting the players down and telling just, guys, calm down and play our game. Just play our game. Don't panic, because you're gonna see the same intensity from the Icelanders from first minute to the last minute. They will not give up. You saw that in first two games. They will not give up.
Look at the turnovers for Serbia. 13 turnovers already, George. And that's a credit to the defense that Iceland are playing.
Absolutely.
If Iceland, George, this was a talking point for you in our opening comments. If Iceland can get that three-point shooting percentage into 40%, they can win this game.
They can. And that's what I said about the first two games also. Those were my words. I said that Iceland at the moment, and I know it sounds absolutely crazy, but they could be 2-0.
You live by the jump shot, you die by the jump shot. A little showtime here, Serbian style. Tic-tac-toe for the bucket. That was a hockey reference, a little tic-tac-toe. You know about tic-tac-toe, don't you? With your Czech lineage, of course, they love their ice hockey in the Czech Republic. The Czechs are also here in Eurobasket. Radulica wants the ball. Radulica, he is dogged by Gunnarsson. Now he's doubled by Paulsen inside to Bielica, who lays it up and in.
And that was a good job by Bielica to make himself available after Radulica was doubled at the baseline. This is what you have to do. You have to help your teammate that is doubled. Even though Radulica, look at that one more time. He's got a lot of size advantage, and he can see over the double team. It is not easy to pass it out if both of those players are really attacking you.
Easy basket inside for the man who's heading to the Minnesota Timberwolves next year. Tex on the N1, and Serbia lead by 10, but the game certainly seems much closer than that double-digit deficit. Williamson lets fly with a three. That strikes iron. And the rebound to Teodosic. Teodosic to Radulica, who's running the floor. Pretty basketball by the Serbs.
And look at Radulica with all his size and weight. He just finishes a fast break against Teams Iceland.
That's twice now that Teodosic has fed the Bears as they run their lanes. Williamson. Ermolinski. Ball reversal here. The teardrop shot up and good by Sigurðsson, who goes into the forest and scores.
And I think that Djordjevic is upset with Radulica that he did not challenge that shot because he was around right there in the middle of the paint.
Still 10 points separate the two teams. A pass deflected. Radulica to Nedovic. Nedovic, Baby J is good.
Good patience. He went to Radulica, inside, outside, and immediate penetration by Nedovic.
Smooth.
And this is what I was talking about. This is what they have to do. Just play their game. Don't panic.
Composed words from a partner here. Backdoor cut to Williamson. Just couldn't catch it. Reverse layup up and good. And George, you know what? Because they shoot so many threes, Iceland, because you got a guard in the perimeter, that opens up the backdoor cuts.
And they take quick shots. They take quick shots. You know, this is what surprises most of the teams. If Iceland gets an offensive rebound, they immediately attack. If they get an angle on the penetration, they're gonna put it up. They are not. If you get a tiny angle, they're just gonna exploit it and take advantage.
It's timeout here, Team Iceland from Berlin.
Lori, screen for Hiker. Come and get it. Ian, try and get it on the move. Okay? Lori, after you screen, get wide. Tell you you're here. Okay? Now, that's if they play you like this. If they play you like this, you're going to try and get it with speed. And you've got to recognize, if they're playing behind him, then you guys got to clear the middle of the court. You're going until somebody stops it. Hey, when they bring foul, shoot the fucking ball. Shoot the fucking ball.
That was a pretty intense timeout, I'll tell you that.
Absolutely, some instructions there from Coach Peterson about how they want to attack. An offensive timeout from the Iceland team.
And I think also the assistant, I think that Coach Peterson gives them a lot of freedom to give instructions to the players, to give a lot of emotions.
Well, last possession here of the first half.
And that's a turnover right there because Paul's instead on the sideline. So now it's going to be timeout by Team Serbia. They're going to try to set up the last shot of the first half.
Well, that's just infuriating if you're Coach Peterson. You take a timeout, set something up, and just a little lack of concentration, George.
Yep. Yeah, tiny mental slip. And all of a sudden you have to defend, and Serbia's got a really good chance because look where the ball's going to be inbounded, right there at the three-point line.
Iceland are already in the penalty. They don't have any fouls to give, so they're going to have to dig in and defend without fouling.
And this is also a good chance here for Coach Djordjevic to draw up a last-second play because you never know when you're going to need it.
Look at Serbia, 68% field goal percentage. That looks impressive, but those baskets, with the odd exception of a couple of transition baskets, been hard fought because of the defense of Iceland.
They had to earn them, absolutely every single point. Let's see the execution now. I didn't hear exactly what Coach Djordjevic was writing, but if he goes back to his bread and butter, it'll be interesting to see if he's going to give it to the doctor and the professor in the same person, Nemanja Bjelica.
The doctor and the professor of basketball. Those are the words of Radulica, who is the philosopher of basketball. Milosavljevic drives, and he gets called for an offensive charge.
It was a little push off here with his left elbow when he put his shoulder down.
The question now, George, is there any time left for Iceland to respond? It's the third foul on Milosavljevic. The referees are conferring now. I think they're going to go and look at the replay, George, because what a dramatic end to the first half this has been.
0.5 is what they're setting, so they will give half a second to Iceland.
Coach Djordjevic is querying the decision. Poor Milosavljevic has had a tough first half.
But he's barely played in those first two games, so this is nothing easy here, Liam, to get in the game and just perform against a scrappy, unorthodox team like Iceland. Not easy at all.
So this is a catch and shoot opportunity, I think. George, half a second.
It has to be an alley-oop because I don't think you can come down with the ball and shoot it.
There's your time. A half a second left here. It's game day 3 here in Group B in Berlin. Serbia lead by 10. Last possession, first half. Tipped out of bounds by Nedovic.
And that's it.
And that'll be it. Well, at the end of one half of play here on game day 3 in the Berlin Arena in the German capital, this game between Iceland and Serbia, there's your score. It's Serbia 42, Iceland 32. Here's a look at some statistics, George. From inside the arc, Serbia are 81%, but that really belies how hard-nosed the defense is for Iceland.
Yeah, but I think that Iceland also has to take a lot of gambles on their defense, and I think that they have missed out on a few of those, or a lot of those chances. Then Serbia really gets a good position on the inside, is why they shoot such high percentage.
6 offensive rebounds for Iceland. I'm sure the Serbia players will hear about that.
But it's working because look at the number of turnovers there for Serbia. It's 15, so I don't think there's any reason for Coach Peterson and his group to go away from this aggressive defense.
We'll see what sort of temperament the Icelandic players come out on defense as we get a look at the different leaders in the different categories. So 8 points for Gunnarsson, who's playing very, very well for Team Iceland. Kuzmic, 9 points. That's a surprise. He's at the head of the points for Serbia. We'll take a break in the action here from Berlin. Come back and join us in 10 minutes for continuing coverage of action in Group B in Eurobasket 2015.
The coach says you will check it. And you came from Serbia, right to go. But we have winners, Serbia from Iceland. He wins
And if you're searching your mobile phone, don't panic, it's here, a black mobile phone from Nokia. If you're missing your mobile phone, come to us and we will have it back. this is the 2 minutes tip-off for the third quarter.
Well, good afternoon and welcome back to Berlin. Welcome back to action in Group B on game day 3 in Eurobasket 2015. You're looking at the numbers there of Ognjen Kuzmic with 9 points, the leading scorer for Serbia. He's had a good first half, and we saw, George, in the statistics that Serbia were 81% when they shoot the ball from inside the arc. Is that going to be a point of emphasis for them starting the second half? Do you anticipate a lot of touches for the post players inside?
Well, anytime that you shoot 81% from the two, I think that you will try all you can do just to stay with those kind of shots. I think that what Coach Djordjevic said to his players is that they just need to stay calm, focused, and try to work the ball to the inside. I think that also the emphasis is not to keep the ball in the player's hands for too long. Just swing the ball and be patient on penetration kick, and then look for the inside. But you have to cut. You have to cut the open spot. If it's going to be static, they're going to have trouble in the second half.
This is a worrying sign for Iceland fans. Their team just 3 for 17 from behind the arc. That is their food and drink. They're going to have to make some more outside shots for them to get themselves a win here. They trail by 10 points.
Absolutely. If you undersize a team like Iceland, you live and die by the three-pointer, and it has not been happening not only today but also in the first 2 games for Iceland. Obviously, they are small players, so if a lot taller player is coming at you, contesting the shot, it is not easy for the Icelanders to get the shots off. They are not used to playing against players of the size of the Serbian players. You said before, 4 players play in Iceland, and the rest, mostly besides Stefansson, they play in Sweden.
That's right. Stefansson, a man right now who's a free agent looking for a contract, and he's certainly playing very well in these tournaments. Iceland come out with their starting 5. It's Baringsen, Poulsen, Willemsen, Ermolinski, and Stefansson. Serbia come out with Kalinic, Markovic, Bjelica, Kuzmic, and Teodosic. First possession to the Serbs in the white uniforms. Kuzmic posts up. Nice move by the big fella.
That's Ognjen Kuzmic right there, getting to double figures in scoring. 11 points for him, and again, he did what he was supposed to do. He caught the ball and immediately he went up.
Can Iceland respond in their first possession? Ermolinski, that is got the shooter's roll.
Oh, look, I also thought it was short, but all of a sudden it rose there for Pavel Ermolinski.
Well, is that a portent of things to come? Really, Iceland didn't get much luck in the first half. Is their fortune starting to change? Ermolinski gets called for the foul here as he tries to stay close to Kalinic.
And it was a tough three-pointer because I thought that he was pretty well covered. Look at that one more time. It is contested by Kalinic.
It's been a difficult day at the office for that man there, Coach Djordjevic. Kuzmic wide open, strolling down the lane. Couldn't get it because of the pressure. Bjelica with the stuff.
And you saw the spread, how the floor was spread by Serbians. A great cut down to the basket and a nice pass. Easy finish there for Bjelica. Exactly what you need to do against aggressive defense.
Williamson, he lets fly. That is short. And Bjelica with the rebound. And Poulsen contests the outlet pass.
Almost got it. Got his hand on it. He's very active defensively.
Give and go between Teodosic and Bjelica. Kalinic's pass is stolen. Iceland with numbers. Williamson, the trailer's Poulsen. And he's fouled. They come right back at you, George, don't you, the Icelandic players?
They do, and it was a turnover number 16. So if there's something that is not happening in a positive way there for Serbia, it is their carelessness with the ball. Against Iceland, it's already 16 turnovers. That's a really high number.
11 points separate the two teams. Little handoff here to Ermolinski. Lines up a 3, just off the mark. It looked good when it left his hands.
And he had a really good look at the basket.
Teodosic uses the ball screen of Kuzmic. Kuzmic trying to get it in the low post. Poulsen just forces him out of the paint. Now to Kuzmic. And the ball's just knocked out of his hands.
That was a great recovery there by Stefansson. I thought he Took a shot to the body. He's bending over there, but I think he'll be fine. Oh, it's his wrist actually, as he doubled down on Kuzmic.
It's his right wrist too, which is worrying for any Iceland fans. He's a right-handed shooter. He's tough though, isn't he? There's no doubt he'll stay in the game as long as he can.
I think the referee is gonna check the replay. Sreto Radovic, the crew chief, goes to the monitor.
Magnusson checks in for Iceland. That is Milos Teodosic, you see there on your screen.
Also looking to find his form from the outside.
Just 4 points so far today.
0 for 2 from the 3, but he was 0 for 9 in the last game. So he's really looking for his mark. We know he's certainly capable shooter from the outside.
Oh, he's a player of some quality, is Milos Teodosic. All EuroLeague first team this year with his club team, CSKA Moscow. When Serbia won the silver medal in Poland, Teodosic was part of that team. He was in the All-Star 5 in the World Cup this past year, 2014. And Bjelica just spilled it, George.
Another turnover there by Team Serbia. I don't think there was so much contact there for Bjelica. He caught the ball in a good position, was setting up to turn to the baseline and maybe shoot a hook shot, but nothing happened. Just lost the ball.
Stephenson. Bjelica. His pass intended for Magnusson, intercepted, and Magnusson commits the foul.
And this is Stevan Markovic, one of the most hard-nosed players that Serbia's got in their roster. I thought he was instrumental in the win against Spain when he came off the bench and just changed the momentum of the game around completely with his hard-nosed defense.
Nedovic also was a microwave off the bench. Nedovic had 8 points as the first half was coming to a close for Serbia.
That's another foul off the ball there on Pavel Ermolinski. He hugs Bjelica, is called for holding.
It might be on Magnusson, George. We'll wait to see what the... it is Ermolinski. Man, you're unbelievable.
I'm all over the place.
You are all over the place, man.
We had a day off. Just remember that, okay?
Well, you say it was a day off. It was like a forced march, man. We walked all the way into town and back. I had to take 6 steps to every one of yours.
Well, and I had to go to 4 museums that you wanted to visit.
That shot off the mark by Teodosic.
A great defense there again by Iceland. They just forced it all the way down to last second of a 24-second shot clock.
Stephenson, top of the key. Just can't get himself going offensively, trying to make something happen now. Williamson, he drives right down Main Street and draws the foul.
That's a great drive there by Williamson. He took all the contact for Kalinic, almost finished the play, but what a strong play. And the drive down the middle. Look at that one more time in replay. Just challenges Kalinic.
The first time I saw Williamson, George, it's going back now quite a few years. I would say it was probably like 2004, and Iceland brought their under-16 team to England to play in the FIBA under-16 European Championships in the B division.
Okay.
And Iceland won that, so they got themselves promoted to the A division. Williamson was one of 2 guards in that team, which really caught my eye. You know, just a good shooter, good perimeter player. And so it's great to see that he's made his way here to the senior national team.
Well, he plays certainly 26 minutes per average, 8 points. He's got 4.5 rebounds per game, so he's become a big part of the senior team as well.
Nedovic, a little shake and a shimmy, rises in the lane. He's such a quick guard, is Nemanja Nedovic.
But he's a strong guard because when he penetrates, he stops on 2 feet and then he just really firms up, and it's difficult to knock him off his balance. Physically, extremely strong guard.
Nedovic heading to Unicaja Malaga next year. Simonovic with the foul. Stephenson will come out and he'll be replaced by Sigurdsson. Magnusson for Iceland to Ermolinski. Now Magnusson. Williamson spots up for the three. Got the roll.
That's the shooter's roll right there for Williamson. And he's heating up. He's playing with a lot of self-confidence there today.
Into Kuzmic in the low post. There's a double team coming from the baseline side. And Baringsen with the foul. That's his second. It's the third team foul for Iceland. George, Iceland just hanging in there. You know, it's been a 10-point difference now for a while. Serbia can't pull away.
They just cannot put the game away. Exactly what I was thinking.
Markovic, he lets fly with a three short. Long rebound. Iceland pick up the long rebound and come back the other way. Magnussen's shot, no good. Simonovic did just enough now. Nedovic in the open court.
That's
He
a
is fouled.
tactical foul right there to stop the fast break. A good play by Sigurdsson. But exactly as you said, I think that Coach Djordjevic would like his team to increase the lead to 15, 16, 18. Maybe allow more of the players on the bench to get into the game. You know, this is not exactly going according to the plan, because I don't think that you want Bogdanovic or Teodosic or Bjelica to play heavy minutes today. It's a long tournament. We said it to the viewers many times before in the previous broadcast. You have to play 5 games in 6 days, and then in case of Serbia, most likely move on to Lille.
Yeah, absolutely a taxing tournament, and so you'd love to be able to spread the minutes out amongst the guys on the bench. But Iceland didn't read the script. These guys are playing one game at a time. They're playing like there's no tomorrows. Magnusson slips a pass to Williamson. He's smothered. Baringsen comes up with the ball. Shot clock running down. Did he get the foul? Oh, it's a travel. Baringsen had the right idea, George, but he just shuffled his feet. Well, let's hope that Nedovic is okay. There's nothing deliberate by Baringsen.
He got him off the floor, and then they collided. And Baringsen is a tough guy. I mean, if you get a shot from him, it's going to hurt you.
Baringsen, good sportsmanship.
Look at that one more time here in the replay. Yeah, I think it was to the stomach. He's going to be fine.
So big possession here now for Serbia. They lead by 12. This is their largest lead of the game. Iceland have never led. And Baringsen there. Magnusson will check out. Good minutes from him off the bench. Markovic.
Look at the ball pressure.
Great ball pressure by Iceland. Bogdanovic lets fly with a three. Count cup. Nothing but net.
And you saw in his eyes immediately after he received the ball, he looked at the basket, just let it fly. Stepped right into that shot.
Backdoor cut from Wilhelmsson. Ermolinski. Paulson, can he get it going? Just rimmed out for Iceland. Now Bogdanovic with the rebound. Bogdanovic, is he going to go coast to coast? He's fouled.
And this is a good chance here now for Serbia, because they are up to 15 points. They are opening up the separation lead.
There's the tactical foul by Williamson. And he'll check out with 2 fouls. This is a big passage now, George, I think, of play for Iceland. The starters are on the bench. You've got Hermansson in, Sigurdsson in, Gunnarsson in, and they need to play good minutes here just to keep the team in touch.
Absolutely, because it's starting not to look very good there for Iceland. 16 points, another free throw there for Bogdanovic. Can make it 17, and he does. This is the biggest lead, I think, ever against Iceland in any of the games that they played so far here in the tournament.
Yeah, very well, maybe their largest deficit they have faced. Wow, they're on Simonovic. You can't believe it. Monaco Simonovic. You're looking at Pavel Ermolinski, number 15 for Iceland. Little floater in the lane, no good. Wouldn't fall. Gunnarsson got deep, just couldn't finish the play. Now Serbia trying to extend their lead. Radulica trying to get a seal on Poulsen. There it is. Oh, he just lays it up. Wilt Chamberlain style over the front of the rim.
No, but this is great basketball. Simple. You penetrate, you look for a better position teammate because Iceland is scrambled all the time. So if you're patient and you firm up with the ball, you're going to get a good shot.
Ermolinski. Nothing but nylon. Pavel Ermolinski. And Iceland will trade 2 for 3s all night.
That's a second three-pointer there for Ermolinski in this half.
Shot from distance, no good. Iceland running their lanes. Gunnarsson. Hermansson behind the back. Kicks to Poulsen. Poulsen rises. Oh, just rims out.
Today he just cannot find his mark in those first 2 games. He was just dead on with his outside shooting, but today he just cannot buy a shot. Poulsen, that is.
Nedovic to Bogdanovic. Radulica falls on his backside. There's so much contact inside. Sigurdsson with the long rebound. And he's dispossessed by Markovic.
Look at Markovic just stealing the ball. Now starting the fast break. He's such a hard-nosed player.
He's the kind of guy you want to have on your side. Radulica just trying. Look at Radulica fighting Hermansson. The little guy against Goliath inside. Markovic, I beg your pardon, Simonovic with a 3. And Coach Peterson needs a timeout. Iceland now are up against it. They face their largest deficit. The difference, 19 points, as Serbia lead Iceland here in Berlin. Well, George, this is the 3rd time that we've seen Team Iceland. We talk about how they have peaks and valleys. You know, they struggle to find that consistency. And even though they're down now by 19, we know they're capable of making a run.
They are capable. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind. But at the same time, this is the 3rd game in 4 days for them. So I think that these guys are also human. They are the Vikings. But at the same time, they do get tired too. Because they're playing with so much energy. Because I cannot even imagine me and you combined playing 2 minutes with their intensity.
Yeah, well, speak for yourself, maybe. Yeah, you're exactly right. They do play with such energy, and they've had emotional losses. They lost by 6, lost by 7.
Maybe, I take it back, maybe 2 days ago, you could do it for a minute, but yesterday after seeing 4 museums, Liam, I think you spent.
We must have walked 10 kilometers. What a wonderful city Berlin is, and what a wonderful job, George, they're doing at hosting this event.
Absolutely, a magnificent arena. I think that anybody who has come here has a great time. Obviously, the quality of basketball helps.
Gunnarsson lets fly. No good. Good execution by Iceland. They got the shot they wanted, just didn't knock it down. Markovic to Radulica. And George, you love that from your big guy. A rim runner, rim to rim by Radulica.
Yeah, but this is the 3rd time that he's finished a fast break.
Hermansson, mid-range jump shot, good.
And I'll tell you what, I mean, every time Radulica comes off the bench, he actually plays better than if he starts.
Do some players like that, George? Some players like coming and being a 6th, 7th man on the team? Well, they like that role?
I don't know if they like it, but for some players, there's another chance for Radulica.
Oh! Poulsen with a block! Oh, Radulica! And 1.
That is straight weight room right here. The size of Miroslav Radulica prevails.
Radulica playing inside like his mother didn't hold him as a baby. Watch this. He's determined. There's the block. He gets it back, shrugs off the blue jerseys and powers it up and in.
He's got no friends. from Team Iceland. But just going back to your question, I think that some players just get motivated by not being started. You know, it just gives them the extra kick. And I think this could be the case with Miroslav Radulica. So far in the tournament here.
He had a wonderful, wonderful World Cup. Was integral to Serbia's success last year, 2014 in Spain. Of course, Serbia took the silver medal. They lost to the Americans in the final. They came through a similar group, George, a group of death in Grenada. It just made them better as the tournament went on. Gunnarsson, nice move, just didn't finish. Hermansen comes up with the rebound twice in the white jerseys. Gunnarsson make that, got it!
They just don't give up, they won't go away. It was 20 plus points lead, and Iceland just makes a nice three-pointer after a scrappy play, getting the offensive rebound.
Loja Gunnarsson with the three. Great backdoor cut by Nedovic. Terrific pass by Bogdanovic.
But did you see the athleticism of Nedovic? I mean, he was getting up and whoa, with such a power and explosiveness.
Just wasn't able to hang on to the pass. There's a determined look by Coach Sasha Djordjevic. Not been an easy afternoon for him by any means, and that's a testament to how Iceland are playing. Gunnarsson bisects the teardrop. Oh, pretty basketball by Iceland.
How did he get it off?
Oh my goodness, he bisects the two defenders on the high screen and got in the lane and got some love from the rim. Bogdanovic short. Is this a little comeback from Iceland? It's a 2-on-3. Hermansen somehow moved it on to Magnusson. Hermansen lets fly with a three. Oh, it just wouldn't fall for Iceland. Some groans from the fans behind us.
That's a kick ball right there. Almost a turnover and a chance for a fast break. But the ball hits the foot of one of the Icelandic players. Oh, what a change of momentum. All of a sudden, Iceland just comes back.
Yeah, we
almost been on the ropes.
Hermansen, a collegian, plays at Long Island University.
This is the marquee trait of Iceland. Anybody that comes off the bench, they will just fight.
Absolutely. Just the final ticks here in the third quarter of play. Nedovic, crossover, pretty pass to Milo Savljevic, who lays it up and in.
That's a great setup by Nedovic.
Long shot on the way. And at the end of 3 quarters of play, Serbia with a comfortable margin over Iceland. Don't go anywhere. This Iceland team have got no quit in them. Here's your score at the end of 3. It's Serbia 67, Iceland 48. Well, George, Serbia shooting even better now, 20 for 24 from inside the three-point line, 83%.
That is an unreal percentage, if you ask me. 83%. I don't remember a game that I've seen such a high percentage.
Iceland competing on the boards. You know they're always going to give away some rebounds. They're -8, but they're winning in terms of offensive rebounds. And look at Serbia, 18 turnovers.
I mean, if you're so undersized like Iceland, you just have to accept that you're not going to take away everything from your opponent. You just have to give up something exactly just like you said. And I think that Serbia just committing all these turnovers, 18 as you said, I think that, you know, that speaks volume about the intensity that Iceland is playing with.
Well, we've got 10 minutes still. We're inside Serbia's huddle. And look at the difference. You know, Serbia, the Serbs are playing smart. I think we first saw Iceland in their opening game where they lost to Germany. Germans didn't know how to cope with them.
No, but how about against Italy?
Yeah, even more so.
4 points with 2.5, 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, and you're right, George. I think Coach Djordjevic has got his team well prepared for the type of game that Iceland are going to play. Certainly the best equipped of the 3 teams that we've seen facing Iceland.
Every game is important because the positioning is crucial. Because theoretically speaking, on the paper, the better you place yourself in the group stage, the easier way you should have in the next round, in the playoff knockout stage.
Just to put things in perspective here, as Iceland have the first possession. Right now, for Serbia, They have 3 players who've been drafted by NBA teams. And in the Iceland team, you got a kid who plays in college, and then some guys who play in the domestic league, which is semi-professional in Iceland. Iceland turned over their first possession. They come out with Hermansson, Gunnarsson, Magnusson, Bajringsson, and Sigurdsson. Serbia start the quarter with Nedovic, Bogdanovic, Simonovic, Radulica, and Milosavljevic. Here's Nedovic. Nedovic, just a shake and shimmy, a crossover. He lost Hermansson, but missed a shot. Gunnarson's shot won't fall. Bajringsson keeps it alive. Sigurdsson lost it. Radulica showing some mobility. I'm not too sure that was a good pass from Bogdanovic as he gave it to Radulica on the break.
In full stride right there, but Miroslav Radulica, as we've seen many times before, he does have some dexterity for big man.
He does, he certainly does. Second foul on Magnusson. Change of direction by Bogdanovic, he draws the foul.
And I think that Iceland just gonna have to watch it with the team fouls because this is team foul number 3. For Iceland, they don't want Serbia to be at the free throw line too early in the bonus.
We've only played just under a minute, so you're right. Remember, once a team commits 5 team fouls, the other team goes to the free throw line. Bogdanovic with a deep 3, no good. Now, long rebound. Iceland have got numbers, 2-on-1. Bajringsson gets the rebound. He's surrounded by 3 jerseys, and this is an unsportsmanlike foul by Radulica, but to be fair to him, George, he grabbed a hold of Bajringsson, didn't want to cause any injury.
That was almost first down in American football right there. That's all 125 or 135 kilos of Miroslav Radulica coming down on you. Look at that one more time.
That's a hard foul right there, but look at Radulica, he hangs on to. I mean, I don't know why he's giving that quizzical look to the referee. There's no doubt about that call.
Like, you calling it a foul?
Radulica's probably saying, "Ref, you got no idea what I got to put up with on the other end."
Exactly. I've been getting this treatment all game long.
It's Ermolinski on the right and Wilhelmsson on the left. Look at Nedovic. Look at the defense. Somehow Sigurdsson gets by. Oh, Hermansson was open on the backdoor cut. Just didn't get it quick enough. Radulica. Radulica wants it back from Bogdanovic. Got it. Powers it up. Good move by Radulica.
Nice composure on the shot. But again, the same story. If you receive it and you're going to shoot it quick again against Iceland before they swarm you.
Radulica with a baker's dozen, 13. He leads all scorers for Serbia. Magnusson. That shot is off the mark. We've got a foul here. I think it's on Sigurdsson. It is. Some worried look there from the Iceland team as this game is slipping away from them, but we know they've certainly got lots of fight, lots of spirit, lots of endeavor.
Now we see the youngest player on the roster of Serbia, Nikola Milutinov, 20-year-old center, getting some minutes at number 15.
Milutinov sets a screen, then goes down the lane, gets a pass inside. He'll be able to move it on. Nedovic just goes through the lane. And he's fouled. So Nemanja Nedovic toes the line for Serbia. Nedovic was drafted in the first round of the NBA draft in 2013. 30th pick. As you look at Stefan Markovic, chosen by the Phoenix Suns, was Nedovic quickly traded to Golden State Warriors. He's played some in the NBDL. Makes both free throws. Good curl cut. High off the window. Good score. Terrific basketball by Iceland. It's Gunnarsson with the finish.
That was not an easy shot because Nedovic was right there trying to block the shot, and he's a great athlete.
Little kiss off the glass by Gunnarsson. Kalanic flashes to Simonovic, and he travels.
Yeah, he didn't shuffle his feet. He doesn't like the call, but we saw it right here in front of us. And the big man for Iceland, I think one of the tallest players here in the tournament, surely in this group, Ragnar Nathanielsson, is getting finally some minutes. Let's see how he goes against the big man of Serbia.
What a great experience for him. George, you said he's only played a couple of years of basketball.
Yep, I mean, so he's a project in the making. If he gets his mobility, you know, he could be a force.
Gunnarsson, Baby J, no good. Nathanielsson can't get it. Now Serbia come back. Great break by the Serbs. They share the basketball. Simonovic to the 10, and he's fouled by Paulson as Paulson protects the goal. But Marko Simonovic just taking out some frustration. You're looking there at Hauker Paulson who commits the foul. Here's Simonovic.
There's no easy baskets allowed by Iceland.
Simonovic should call for the travel. Last trip down the floor.
And you see it right here. Hard foul. You send the player to the line. He misses the first shot. Right there, the foul was good.
Simonovic with the Pau Orthez club in France. Misses both free throws. A good foul. But Kalanic gets the offensive rebound for Serbia. Nedovic, top of the key. Pass intercepted. Pass ahead to Hermanson. Surely a foul. The referees don't spot it. Hermanson with the three. No good. And Simonovic might have got away with a holding foul. Milosavljevic to Simonovic. Well, one thing about the Serbs, George, they really move the basketball, really share it, get everybody involved.
Absolutely agree with that assessment, and they have already 25 assists in the game, so you know they play in team basketball. This is a high number of assists. Anytime you get over 20, you get close to 25, that's a great number. That's why they have such high percentage from the two, 81% at the moment, because they share the ball.
Share the sugar, as you say. That's
absolutely
right, that's your phrase. Milosavljevic, he'll be playing here next year. Signed a contract with Alba Berlin. This is the home arena of Alba Berlin. Milosavljevic came through the KK Partizan Belgrade club, developed so many young, talented players over the years. Hermanson in the lane, rises from the elbow, smooth. Martin Hermanson with a deuce.
That was a great move. Such a quick pull-up jumper by Hermansson.
Militinov goes out to Ragnar. Nathanielsson stands tall. The two big guys going at it. Militinov missed that one.
Look at Nathanielsson. The whole bench is fired up. They cheer on the big man.
That's such great togetherness with the Iceland team. Bogdanovic comes in. Simonovic checks out. It's Bogdanovic. Played with Fenerbahce last season, the EuroLeague. George, here's a player, Hauker Paulson, as he goes to the basket. He'll be playing in Spain next year. Milosavljevic goes straight to the rack and flushes. Iceland, they don't mess around. They come right back at you. It's up and down stuff here in Berlin. Nedovic pulls the trigger on a three. That's no good. Iceland coming right back. It's a 1-on-3. Steinarsson's going to slow things down. Gets a trail screen from Nathanielsson. The pass to Nathanielsson. Oh, not over. He misses twice. Rebound. 3 times it won't drop. And he keeps the ball alive.
Well, what a hustle by a big man. He just stayed with it.
Steinarsson gets in the lane. That shot drops.
But look at Steinarsson. I don't believe he's 1.82 as he's listed. And
No.
he just goes in there between the towers.
I think you're right. I think that's he might be 1.82 if he's standing on the Sunday newspaper.
He makes you look tall.
Milosavljevic hooks a pass to Bogdanovic. Cap. Got it.
That's the second three-pointer there for Bogdanovic. Both of the three-pointers in this half.
Good steal by Nedovic. What's he got for us? Can he finish? Lays it up and in.
Boston just let him go. Didn't choose to foul.
Nedovic with 15 points for Serbia. Steinarsson, the teardrop rims out.
But Iceland just stays with their game. I mean, if they get an opening, they're going to put up a shot. 24 points difference at the moment.
Milosavljevic inside to Nikola Milutinov, and he's fouled. That's a great phrase I like, George, and I defer to you as the expert on this, but when you get the ball in the post, you've got to be patient in the post. Catch it, assess where your defender is.
And you need good spacing. I mean, if your teammates don't respect the spacing, then the big man is in trouble because he cannot operate anywhere.
Speaking of the big man, Ragnar Nathanielson with the foul.
Some good minutes there for Hermansson.
Yeah, Hermansson checks out. You're looking at Nikola Milutinov for Serbia. He was drafted this past spring in first round, 26th pick of the San Antonio Spurs from Novi Sad, Serbia originally. What a great organization to get drafted by, the Spurs. They really love to play their team basketball. Gunnarsson shot, no good.
And they respect the international players a lot. They have used them over the years.
You got Tony Parker, Boris Diaw, of course, Manu Ginobili. Milutinov with a two-handed crab jam.
That's authority right there, Milutinov. He said, I'm just tired of this. I'm going to go up and bring the house down.
High off the glass, no good. Nedovic on the wing, cross-court pass to Kalinic, who steps into a three, and that is as smooth as you like.
That's the third three-pointer by Kalinic. He's really shooting the ball well today.
For me, George, no three-point shot is easy, but that's an easy one because you're stepping into the ball, you're stepping to the basket, you don't have to twist, you don't have to face. As you saw, Gunnarsson just had to create something off the dribble.
I also think it also helps if you have 26 points to take that three-pointer, if you ask me, for my expert opinion.
Kalinic draws the foul. The foul on Gunnarsson. And he's got to be replaced as you look at the two-handed flush by Milutinov. Look at that. Radulica like that one. You big guys, you're all part of the same union, aren't you? You're gonna help each other out. Kalinic makes the second. Let's see if Iceland can get a bucket here for Ragnar Nathanielson. That'll certainly make the Iceland fans behind us happy with just over 2 to play here. It's game day 3 in Berlin. This is the opening game. Stay with us throughout the day in this group of death. Germany versus Turkey to come. And shot clock violation here against Iceland. Good defense by the Serbs. Just off your screen, you can't see it, but the Iceland coach very animated about passing the ball. So, George, for Serbia, it's a case of a professional performance, job done.
Yeah, just taking care of business. That's what I said before.
Kalinic off the pass from Nedovic. Oh, beautiful basketball by the Serbs. Hermanson got it.
Iceland just keeps penetrating to the middle and taking these high arching shots all night.
Milutinov goes at Nathanielson this time. Shows some polish.
Yeah, he showed some skills. I think Big Ragnar is going to review the tape, learn some ropes.
Pass to the corner. Magnuson lets fly, no good. And Nedovic with the rebound. Simonovic running his lanes, just a little bit too far in front. The wry smile from Simonovic. Watch the alley-oop. Kalinic, he had some work to do still. And the big fella, Radulica, he liked that one too.
He approves.
Magnuson, there's a three from Helgi Magnuson. Magnuson, his first points of the afternoon. Bogdanovic is fouled. Foul's on the floor, but Iceland are in the penalty, so Bogdanovic will step to the line. Knocks down the first free throw. The Iceland fans behind us have found their voice. They didn't leave the arena when Iceland lost closely to Italy for a good 20 minutes after the game. They kept showering their players with affection. Oh, Nathanielson couldn't tip it in.
I thought he actually tipped it out.
So closing seconds here of this one. Bogdanovic wants to see it out. Stenerson won't let him. So Serbia will turn their attention. They'll play Turkey tomorrow. It's another win. And look at Coach Djordjevic having an award with Peterson. I think he's slightly annoyed with something. See if we can figure out what happens afterwards. It seems very amicable. There's your final score. Serbia 93 and a comfortable win over Iceland 64. George, Serbia 79% from inside the arc.
Even the 40% from the three-point line, I think that's a very good shooting percentage from the outside. So it's a combination of great inside work and outside shooting. They dominated the boards with advantage of 40 over 29. 32 assists. That is just a phenomenal number. Just documented the way that Serbia played together. They shared the ball. And I think that all the players that stepped on the floor had a good time. I think the most important thing for Serbia, they took care of business and they are taking something positive from this game on in the tournament.
Well, we'll see them play tomorrow. The Serbs will play against Turkey. Iceland will play Spain in this journey. Their first visit to Eurobasket. Gunnarsson led Iceland with 18 points. A terrific performance from Logi Gunnarsson. As you get a look at the distribution of other statistics, by Ringson with 3 steals. And there are the Iceland fans. So from my partner, George Zidek, it is Liam Canny saying goodbye for the time being. Join us for continuing coverage of Eurobasket 2015 here in Group B in the 39th edition of the European Championships of Basketball. It is Turkey versus Germany to come later on in the Berlin Arena.
Dear basketball fans, please leave arena quickly now after this game to ensure we can start the next match as soon as possible. Germany versus Turkey. Please leave the arena quickly now. Thank you very much. Liebe Basketball-Fans, verlassen Sie bitte jetzt die Arena ziemlich zügig, damit wir so schnell wie möglich mit dem nächsten Spiel beginnen können. Das da lautet Deutschland gegen die Türkei.
Wir glauben an Fans, die ihre Mannschaft im Herzen tragen. Wir glauben an euch, die ihr Mut macht, egal was kommt. Ergo, Partner der Fans.
Are we ready? Okay. Logi, við erum tilbúinir. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2. Já, nokkuð stórt tap, niðurstaðan gegn Serbum en þessi varnarframmistaða í fyrri hálfleik, Logi, hún var gjörsamlega framúrskorandi.
Já, ég var mjög ánægður með okkur í fyrri hálfleik. Það eru ekki margir sem láta Serbana tapa 15 boltum eins og þeir gerðu í fyrri hálfleik og þeir eru næstbesta lið í heiminum og eftir Bandaríkjamönnum, ég held, að mínu mati. Og það er engin skömm að tapa mótið þeim stórt og vera bara 10 stigum undir í hálfleik af gott og við spiluðum okkar vörn en svo var þetta bara of erfitt þegar leið á leikinn.
Og að skora 18 stig gegn þeim á EM, það er eitthvað sem þú getur sagt barnabörnunum í framtíðinni. Já,
ætli það ekki. Ætli maður sýna þeim ekki hérna leik einhvern tímann. En en aðalmálið að ég sá í augunum á okkur og við börðumst eins og ljón allan leikinn þó við vorum 25 stigum undir og við ætluðum að halda áfram en enn og aftur var fyrri hálfleikurinn frábær. Þó að seinni hálfleikurinn hafi streiðið úr okkur þá er ekkert margir sem spila svona vörn á Serbana.
Stuðningurinn náttúrulega aftur frábær, áhorfendur að yfirgefa höllina núna einhverjum 10-15 mínútur eftir leikinn en
það er ótrúlegt að tapa með næst í 30 stigum og þeir eru ennþá að fagna hérna og syngja. Ég held að hitt fólki hérna er furðulosti yfir hvers konar stuðningsmenn við eigum og ég vil þakka þeim bara fyrir hérna í beinni útsendingu.
Takk fyrir okkur, Logi. Hörður Axel Vilhjálmsson. Var ekki gaman að taka svona á Serbunum, ég spyr bara í fyrri hálfleiknum?
Jú, þetta var mjög gaman í fyrri hálfleik og við heldum þessu close. Það hefði verið, ef við hefum hitt almennilega í fyrri hálfleik, við vorum að fá öll lúk sem við viljum fá og ef við hefum hitt bara eins og við hittum á venjulegum degi hefði þetta verið mun jafnara með þessi í hálfleik.
Það er raunin ótrúlegt hversu jafn leikurinn var með að við vorum 3 af 16 í þristum í fyrri hálfleik.
Já, það er alveg skelfileg tölfræði og við erum náttúrulega skotlið þannig að við bara lifum svolítið með að hitta og það gerist ekki það gerist svona og við eigum þá bara skotleikinni.
Hvað með framhaldið næsta leiki?
Við bara höldum áfram og við erum að tapa með 30 en við hættum aldrei ægir að pressa boltan þegar 10 sekúndur eftir og 30 stigum undir. Þetta er bara magnað, við munum aldrei hætta, við höldum áfram og saman með áhorfendurna greinilega og það er bara yndislegt, þetta er bara alveg frábært.
Takk fyrir okkur, Hörður Axel. Ragnar Natanaelsson, þú spilaði meira í þessum leik en þú hefur gert hingað til í mótinu, Ragnar. Var þetta gaman?
Já, það er náttúrulega gríðilegt gaman að vera hérna. hvort sem bara maður á bekknum að hvetja liðið sitt áfram eða inn á vellinum sko, þá þetta algjör snilld og bara geggjað að vera hérna.
Hefur það samþykkt algjörlega þitt hlutverk sem hingað til í hópnum?
Alveg bara spurningalaust. Þetta hérna, við höfum allir okkar hlutverk og þótt auðvitað maður vildi vera meirinn á vellinum þá erum við að spila hraðan bolta, við erum að reyna að koma óvart með hraðanum og þannig að það þýðir þá að ég spila minna og það auðvitað bara sjálfsagt, maður partur að liðs íþrótt.
Hvernig var að eiga við Milutino þarna undir körfunni í fjóruleiklutunum?
Það var vissulega auðvitað aðeins erfiðara en ég vanur og ég fekk að finna aðeins fyrir því en það auðvitað sem maður að leitast eftir, einhverju nýju.
Þú ert ekki vanur að glíma svona stóra kalla heima?
Alls ekki, hvorki heima en þegar ég var í Svíþjóð. Þannig að þetta var geðveikt að prófa og vona að ég fá að gera meira á þessu bara.
Hvernig að horfa yfir okkur hinn alltaf?
Það yndislegt.
Hlæðum ekki Ragnar með þessar mínútur. Takk fyrir þetta. Ég ætla að fá að tala við Craig Peterson stuttlega líka, landsliðsþjálfarinn okkar kanadíski. Craig, quite outstanding defensive performance in the first half today.
Yeah, without a doubt, and the fight was there, and the aggressive defense caused some turnovers. But I was also very pleased with our offense. I mean, a part of our goal this summer has been to get good shots against the good teams, and I could not have dreamed of us getting so many good shots in the first half as we got today.
And you can only imagine if some of them would have gone down.
Yeah, I felt like if we had hit some, we could possibly have been up at halftime without a doubt. I was actually, like I said, in shock that we got so many good shots against such a quality opponent.
The future, 2 games left now.
Yeah, and of course 2 extremely tough games. But if we can play offense the way we did today and get shots, then I will be happy. I mean, we can't ask for more. We're not going to be strong enough in the low post to pass it in there and get shots there like some of the other teams do. So we have to, work to attack the basket. But, if we get quality three-pointers, we need to be shooting them. And we did that today. We just didn't make enough, especially early in the game.
Thank you, Craig. Þá séum við þetta gott að viðtölum hérna frá Berlín. Nokkuð stórt tap gegn gríðarlega erfiðum andstæðingi hérna á EM. All right.
Okay, it's finished?
Yes.
Okay.
Done. Thank you so much again, guys.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.